It's good to be with all of you today and to look back at God's Word this afternoon. Coming up here, I noticed on my temperature gauge on my truck on the outside temperature said 100. So I don't know if that was just because of the heat from the road, but it sure felt like it when I got out of that truck that it was pretty warm. And I have to remind myself that we're in July now, and that's usually the case for South Carolina, especially here in this area. It gets warm. But I hope you plan to have a good 4th with your family and friends and enjoy that time together as we often do. Mark reminded me that, we do have a special gift from God because we are free to meet together here and we don't have any threat on our lives. I have yet to hear of anyone who's had their home burned for coming to church, or perhaps maybe assaulted for being at church, or had their children kidnapped for being at church. And yet there are so many throughout the world today that don't have the freedom that we do, nor do they have the security that we do to meet together and to worship. And one of the things we're talking about today is how to get prepared for the persecution that's coming. We set a Sunday aside at our church this morning to talk about the persecuted church, to remind ourselves to be in prayer for our brothers and sisters throughout the world who are under intense persecution for their faith. And I think it's easy for us as believers here in America to kind of get comfortable where we are. We come to a building that's air conditioned. We usually ride in a car that has the same. We don't have as near the problems that so many do throughout the world. I remember whenever I had my first trip to Kenya.